Right. Hello. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning to you. Reliance on oneself. You can do it. We can do it. We're allowing other people at the moment to shape our world. So why don't you shape your own and have that be your world instead of passing that responsibility onto somebody you don't trust? Gosh, a lot of it comes back to trust, doesn't it? I mean, life itself often is a matter of trust. Um, Good morning, Sunday, February 23rd, 2025, 7:30 in the morning. Not too early, not too late. Lots of things are happening around me to the people I love all the time. And I have to be very aware that there's some things I can do to help, and other times when I have to step back and just allow a situation to play itself out. That's basically taking control of your own life anyway, is knowing when to push and when not to push, and when to influence and when not to influence, when to coerce and not to coerce. The problem we have at the moment is the people who want to control your life are almost always out of control in their lives. They're not the sort of people you would want to be in charge. Oh yeah, but we need that now. I mean, gosh, we've gone so far this way. We need a lunatic that goes all the way this way. What a load of shite. We don't need more lunatics, do we? They already took over the asylum many years ago. Oi, oi, oi. I have a friend who's taking it all to, he's a huge dreamer, a huge cosmic dreamer, and goes all the places that all the people say you shouldn't go. In his mind and in his heart and in his astral self and in his spirituality, he goes to all those darker places, and he's constantly going there, and he comes back and reports. And it is very, very tenuous, this relationship we have with the future of mankind. Woo, the boat is rocking. The thing is, by going into the darkness, quantum computing, AI, global dictatorships, these are all these things are dangerously close, even if you're an observer, to bringing it forth yourself. I mean, I am somewhat of a it's funny. I'm a I'm an optimistic pessimist. I know it's dark. I don't need to go there. Woo. And I advise people who are ill-equipped to go there to go there. It's it. you're ill-equipped to deal with how bad things can be. So instead, focus your energy on how good things can be. But that's not to say live in some fantasy bubble like a lot of my friends who got very much into rave culture and drugs and all that stuff. That don't go too far into that side of things, because you lose yourself in that. You don't have the basis in a reality anymore. You've detached from this human experience in order to experience something outside the realm, you know. Woohoo. But if you don't have the strength to pull yourself back from that, and those that do, I mean, I admit I follow those that do, because when they come back to the middle, they are they have a lot to share that would be advantageous to humanity's progress. Even if it's the darkest dark side and the lightest light side, somewhere in the middle we find the light, and that light is the balance of our humanity internally. Our light bodies, male and female, we balance those, the black, the white, the yellow, the green, but we bring it all back into self, and then we go forward in a middle path. Squeaky dog outside. um maybe my future self is trying to warn me of my attachments to people in this world that are stunting my growth. It's just not terribly, but stunting it. Not terribly, because I pretty much do everything I want to do all the time anyway, but I do it with a level of responsibility for the next generation. And if you don't do that, then you really are just saying, fuck it, just fuck it. And in some ways, you have to start with that. I think you have to start with an active internal rebellious nature and turn everything upside down, and then start to rebuild it with everything going the right way up to make it more acceptable for yourself. And the problem we have is in rebuilding anything is, who are you building it for? Is it for you, or is it for a future generation? I'm building for my own future, because my future self warned me about this moment in time. Or did he? Or did they? Or did somebody? Or what is it? But I'm not trying to find out that answer, because that's an outside of my sphere of human understanding. Currently my human experience has no way of coping with the understanding that someone, something, somehow is giving me guidance to make my life more broad than that which it was trained for. It's opening up vistas for me. I'm like, what? And some over here in the darkness, some over here in the light, but I bring them together, and I stay on my path, and I help others. And I think that's an essential part of being human, is helping others as much as possible. And I know, again, I'll go back to what I think I said at the beginning of this, which is just words. Self-reliance. if you don't have a core self that has confidence in self, then the constant bickering, nasty, ugly parts of society will be like, you're a lunatic, you can't do that, you keep contradicting yourself, you're a bad guy, you're da, you know. And I get reminders of that. I mean, not just from the bigger picture where I can't identify those voices, because those are the voices they're the voices that come from a sense of doubt, you know, doubting your own confidence that you're on your own path and that path is the correct path for you. You know, that's what we've got to find. These timelines that shift, and they shift around us, you know, and they keep shifting. But path, your your true path in your life for this human experience, if you can find that, I mean, it's not easy, but it's taken me a very long time to get on the path. But once you're on the path, you try not to err, to, error, ERR. Try not to err too far away from the goal. What is the goal? The goal is the oneness. The goal is the unification of everything. When your spirit leaves your body and continues the journey. So to try and put it on the right path during this human experience is pretty good. I mean, it's pretty. I believe it's essential work that you have to do inside. And all of the things you touch outside affect the things you do inside. Yeah. Yeah. I've been challenged a lot recently, more and more and more and more, by those that I love and are near to me and dear to me and close to me. I've been challenged, really challenged, to fall in line with, to leave my path and go on their path. That's basically what they're trying to do. One or two people in particular, and it's tempting. It's like, ooh, you know, then I don't have to maintain, and maintaining can be a hard work. Can be. I mean, I'm not afraid of work. It's not work. It's maintaining your independence of thought, of everything. Your sovereignty. Maintaining your sovereignty is a lot of work. It's a worthwhile work, but it is a lot of work. I mean, there's no denying that we can't have freedom without individual sovereignty. And then that individual sovereignty goes into the collective and says, here's my path, come join me. So you don't go around saying, it was a really bad dark night of the soul that got me here. It was a really brilliant bright light that brought me. You can't, it's hard to explain your journey because everybody's journey is different. It's really hard to really difficult to explain how you got on this path, how you know deeply inside that this is your path, and how one of the one of the reasons you know it's your path is because you get people tempting you off of it, like to the point of like, what do you think you're doing? People, it's like, what? But then you have to be maintaining that like wobble. That wobble is your frequency, right? We all have frequency, you know. I mean, when I say your path. It's not like it's not the razor's edge. You're not no, but you do feel that resonance. You feel that vibrational resonance. You feel um, you feel your frequency, and it's where it is, and it's yours, and you're operating out of that, and you're doing it with as much light and love that you can bring into it, and then just going along. You're not trying to say, everybody get on my frequency. No, that's not it. That would be like starting a religion, wouldn't it? The Reverend Nigel is going to talk to you today about how to join his church. All you need to do is donate all of your money and all of your time and effort to Nigel Mitchell at a. Oh my God. We need each other, and yet we need individual strength too. If you can help somebody else, find that inner strength for themselves, that's your best bet. When you learn a lesson well enough that you're capable of dealing with, and your confidence is in self and on that path, you might then be able to help others see their path. So it's not a matter of teaching, by wagging fingers. It's not a matter of that. It's knowing that everybody has the ability. They do. Every individual, every single individual, every living thing has the ability to live a life of kindness, through love, through compassion, through empathy. And it's a life of peace. And other people, society will show you the wrong way. Sometimes, certainly the wrong way, maybe too far the other way. So the human experience is to allow you to be an influence on others by being the best person you can, and letting that vibration be an attractor to people who want to find their path too. It's not a matter of following anybody. It's actually the opposite. It's to follow something that's internally unexplainable. It's tried to write about it many years ago. Describing the intelligent heart. It's getting outside of your mental self for a while and visiting that which is unexplainable, the spiritual self. So it's I say unexplainable. Many explain it through their religious experiences, and ultimately they find out that can fall apart. The many names and faces of God. Love is God. That's it for me. All right. Good morning. 20 minutes of self. I should do something entertaining so as you don't take this too seriously. Dad jokes. That's kind of my defense mechanism. When I feel like my children, my community, my friends, all my interactions, when I feel like they're being challenged in a way, I try and make fun of it and do dad jokes, which bore the shit out of some people, but they make me feel better. It's not like, see, people are becoming very aware of things that psychologists, really good psychologists, understand, which is certain things are going to trigger you to do certain actions, right? But a lot of people think they're triggering me to make me go into song and dance, comedy, bad jokes, all those things. They think I'm being triggered. They think that, and they may actually feel kind of vindicated if they get me to snap back at them, if they're being snappy, but they don't know how to get to me. If they can trip you up. In an argument, sometimes a person will say something so absurd that you look at them and you go, I'm out. Because they're making an observation of you, which you know to be absolutely unfounded, and you want to fight back. You want to go, look, shut up. You don't know where I am in my journey, and yet here you are accusing me of things and then you get all defensive, and then it becomes heated, and then you walk away, and then you have ill feelings, they have ill feelings. I mean, often I'll turn it round and make a joke, and even that now is with certain people, like, yeah, he's just an idiot. I don't mind being an idiot. It's really, no, I don't mind being stupid. I'm okay with being stupid. Call me what you will. I don't care. I wish for a better world. I wish for a greater society created by humanity from a point of view of unconditional love and peace. That's what I wish for. But there are some people that will not just go marginalize me for those thoughts and those actions and that way of living my life. They will also try and denigrate you for saying that and say, who the hell do you think you are? And try and drag you off your timeline because theirs is so fucked up. And that'll happen. So you have to have some strength of individual confidence that you're doing the best you can. And, that's all we can all do, isn't it, really? Humans, what's the best you can do? Aim for that. Don't go for what's the worst you can do. Go for the best. Try to attain some connection with your higher self. You're not high. Although sometimes that's a gateway. Who knows? For some, it's not for me. Ooh. Let's help each other grow through this. Let's help each other grow through this. Yeah. Love and light. Everybody needs to understand their self, and then they can understand others, and then they can go out into the world, and then they can don't be too destination specific. I've been talking a lot about being in this human experience and aiming for the oneness, like that that which we cannot explain, that happens when we embrace our internal self, when our physical self melts away, and our, whatever you want to call it, our spirit goes on, so, but don't get too destination specific. This journey is it really does have purpose. You don't pin too much on that, but it has to have purpose for its enjoyment, its pleasure, its joy, it's bang, that's it, we're it, so you have to have a sense of purpose, and it can be you want to be anything you want to be in this human experience. Be peace, be love, and it will happen. It is. But don't get too locked into this. I need to know where I'm going. I need to go. I mean, it's not that. What's your GPS? Global positioning satellite. It's like, where are you in relation to where you are going? And if you go off the beaten track and all over the place, are you still going to get to the place? So don't. I mean, I use it in a physical, in this current society. I can actually put in my phone a destination and I can just drive. But then at that point, I don't even have to think about the journey. Or no, I don't have to think about the destination. I can actually sit there and enjoy the journey, even though I'm the driver and I'm taking, commands from a satellite provider who's reading the roads. I mean, that's marvelous technology, but I'm not being destination specific. If it decides to take me miles out of my way, I mean, but I have a friend who I travel with a lot, and when I'm following my satellite navigation person and just driving, and they're sat in the passenger seat, they're always looking at their version of it on their different map reading operation, and it's just the same thing. It's just they're looking for different alternative routes and all that stuff. Anyway, but oh, you can save a minute by going this way. Oh, no, why are you going this way? And and I'm like, I don't care. I mean, I'm enjoying the drive. Well, you should do this. You should do. There's so much traffic, and I'm like, can you please calm down? Can you raise your vibration by slowing your control and accepting that you're in somebody else's vehicle and you're on their timeline? It's really, and that happens to me on regular trips. I mean, all the time. My passenger will be compelling me to go on my journey, and I'm like, but you don't have a steering wheel. Oi, oi, oi. Micro, macro. Look carefully at yourself, build your own strength, your own confidence, and then go out in the world and have fun with it. It's take responsibility for who you are, what you are. Be as honest and faithful and kind and caring and loving, all the positive things you can be, and understand that yours is the path of peace, and you maintain that peace by your integrity, and your integrity is your confidence that you're doing as little harm. We all affect each other, but as little harm as you can. That's a good thing. It's a good thing. 30 minutes are up. I'm going to have a second cup of coffee and greet the day. Sunshine outside. Lovely. All right. Cheers then. I love you. Love yourself. Live, love, life. It's important.